There's an African proverb that says, if you have ever been bitten by a snake, you would run if you saw a shoelace. First, if Raila ever runs for president again, he should put it on his CV. Presidential contester. And since 1997. I wonder why he keeps coming back. Probably someone told him he's going to become president, which again means he should go and ask that person, president of what? Because you can't be successfully unsuccessful 5 times. Probably he just now needs to try another post. Because here we have someone who has been running for president since independence and nothing. So he tried and got a smaller post. Now he's employed. Hey, if pizza becomes too expensive, you don't die of hunger. You just reach a point and be like, Mumanyi, my only issue was when Raila dragged Uganda into his campaign. Bro, you lose alone. Don't put us in your things. For us, we're here winning. Kenya is not like Uganda. Well, unfortunately for you, you don't even know what you're talking about. Kenya being Uganda is your only remaining chance. You are abusing the only option that could have worked for you. I also don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, Raila, next time just talk about yourself. Any guy whose strategy is to make the other guy look bad, he never takes the girl. Pick me, that Frank even has bad breath. They will buy Frank a box of mint and he'll be over for you.
Don't put me in your video.
You're not the only Frank.
I don't have bad breath.
I am not talking about you. Kenya enjoyed a very peaceful electoral process, which was surprising considering there's that moment where we couldn't tell who was leading. I think for days. Every mode of communication had a different candidate in the lead. The guy leading on radio was different from the guy leading on TV, who was different from the guy leading on Android. First time in election history. We were there 3 days into the counting, but when someone asks you, hey, who is leading? You're like, it depends. The only candidate that was not on pressure was that pastor guy who pulled out of the race. I think he asked God to give him a sign, and God decided to practice abundance. But otherwise, all camps didn't know who was leading. Across the whole weekend, only one camp knew who was in the lead. And all that just created unnecessary tension in Uganda. You see, since the post-election violence in Kenya, the 2007 and 2008, now every time Kenya goes to the polls here in Uganda, families start saying, hey, we start spending more time with our loved ones. We start demanding, people have our money, we start eating our savings, we become more religious and just sit and wait. So we were ready for Kenya. And then Kenya decided to be mature. You know, we had bought tents to set up refugee camps in Busia. We had bought tear gas. Now we are stuck with all that stuff. What are we going to use it for? It's like preparing for a wedding and the bride doesn't come. You know, tents, okay, the tents are fine, but the tear gas, it's going to expire on us. So we have to use it quickly. So the only thing we have to do now is maybe to give it to people, to use it for domestic purposes. I mean, homes, schools, at work. Yeah, if you have some toxic at home, if people refuse to give you the remote, the kids are there, they're over enjoying, just a living room. If a safe border guy tells you he doesn't have 500, because there's no other way. Because there's no other way. But in all, Kenya felt like that kid who you escaped from school with, but at the end of the term, turns out to be top of the class. There was a small hiccup at the end, though. 4 out of the 7 commissioners of their electoral board rejected the results. Why? Oh, let me first give you a small background. After the drama of their 2017 elections in Kenya, 4 commissioners had resigned, and 4 were appointed by the outgoing president, His Excellency Uhuru, who has already made clear his candidate of choice. It is these 4 that have rejected the results. Why? Because they say after adding up the percentages, they get 100.01. Now, what they don't realize is that the 0.01 is because they're using data that was rounded off. Yeah, it's not only Ruto, they don't like math too. Why did Terence Howard go from here?